Good morning, you all.
Howdy.
Good morning.
We have a really fun, wonderful topic to talk about today, don't we?
Solutions for retirement income. What's more could you ask for?
I mean,
I don't know.
nothing, right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times people they're saving their entire life to be able to get to a point where they can afford retirement. And with the absence of a pension and with the Social Security, uh, you just really have your Social Security income and then what money that you have saved that you can live off of for the rest of your life, which could be is an indeterminate amount of time, right?
Right.
It could be tomorrow or it could be 30 years from now. And with advancements of modern medicine, people are living longer and longer. Um, so one of the things that come is a worry is am I going to run out of money or am I going to have enough money to live on during retirement?
Right.
And um, it's like a big shift of having to save your entire life to then getting to spend the money that you have worked so hard to accumulate. So it's like this transition from the accumulation phase to the decumulation phase of the retirement plan. So um, one of the ways that folks are depending on or utilizing their retirement assets is through a withdrawal strategy. And there, back in the 90s, there was a guy named Bill Bengen who had developed a 4% withdrawal rate, which you'll find it as or the Safe Max withdrawal rate is how this has been referred to as, and really it you would take 4% of whatever your retirement assets before you start drawing down on them, and then that's the amount of money that you take each year plus some increases for inflation or a 3% increase per year or so to be able to you know adjust your income for the rest of your life. So you have a 4% withdrawal rate is a common uh, theme or a common strategy for retirement income, but there maybe 4% isn't enough. And that's
Right.
thought to have been the amount that you could retire on and safely without the risk of running out of money, depending on what the sequencing of returns are throughout your retirement. But there is an option to transfer your investment risk to an insurance company, and they may be able to afford a higher level of return. So there's different policies that we've seen out there that are offering a 5% withdrawal rate for life.
Hmm.
Or and these are some of the older ones that we've seen. Newer vintages of different insurance contracts are out that would provide you a 6 or 7, maybe 8% withdrawal rate, depending on what your age is. But essentially, there is an option to kind of convert your assets into income. And as a part of your retirement strategy, you might incorporate, hey, I'm going to have traditional investment assets. I'm going to invest in my, equity and bond portfolio, and I'm going to take the 4% withdrawal rate style, or uh, that might be a portion of it, and then we might have the income stream that we turn on that could allow you to get, 6 or 7%, 8% type of withdrawal rate. You could basically get twice the or more income than you might be able to have just from a traditional portfolio without the risk of running out. So
So are there, in your research or knowledge, are there multiple different payout options for the specific client? Like, can you include a spouse? Can you have a determined amount of years that the annuity pays out?
It's probably more flavors than Baskin Robbins has, with the different level of customization that you could do. You know, they have period certain where you're going to guarantee payments for a known amount of time. You could have guaranteed for life with a period certain, so it's as long as you live or as long as the period is, whichever is longer. You could do a joint life where it's on, two spouses. Um, there are ones where there is a fluctuating level of income that might pay out, whereas if you wait a certain amount of time, then the level of income might increase, or you might be able to get a higher amount sooner, and then when you're planning on spending the money, and then a lower amount later on when you may not have as much life to live to where you're spending the money. People tend to slow down and do less over time, because they're just not able to, from a health standpoint, to be able to do the things that they had once done. So
Right.
they
Right.
may need less income later on. So there is a variety of different options. For a married couple, a joint life is probably a good option. But the biggest trade-off though is when you get into these situations is that when you're getting the income, you're really trading it for what the assets are. So, if you had $500,000 and you wanted to get a 4% withdrawal rate off of there, you're getting $20,000 per year.
Right.
You could get $40,000 per year if your withdrawal rate was 8%. And then when does that money run out? Well, if you sign up for the income stream at 8%, you no longer have your $500,000 on your balance sheet. It's just that money's gone. You just traded it for that income stream that you could receive for the rest of your life.
Right.
Uh, and in that way, you got to get your money's worth. So it's all the motivation to live even longer.
Hey, then put down that Big Mac, right? Trade it for the
Uh,
salad.
the
I don't
bit.
know. The Big Mac might be what scratches that itch, make life worth living.
That's
What
But
right.
what does Warren Buffett eat every day? Doesn't he eat a Big Mac every day?
I think that it depends on what the market did. He has a
There you go. Okay.
variation of what his order is. And
Okay.
it's
All
been a
right.
while since I've heard that story, but
Right, right.
um,
McDonald's every day.
if things are up, then he gets one thing. If things are down, then he gets something more affordable.
Right. Well, thanks for taking us down the income stream. It sounds like we do have options to come close to what a pension used to do for a lot of Americans, where you can kind of privately fund your pension and use an insurance company as the backdrop to kind of saddle the or to remove a lot of the risk associated with that income stream.
Well, and I think to add to what Skylar was saying about the different types of annuities, I think one that some people might find very interesting are the ones that can actually then continue to pay out to a beneficiary as well afterwards, or that, once the money, once that person passes away, then there might be a period of time that the money continues to go to a beneficiary, not necessarily a spouse, but maybe a kid or another dependent that you might have, that some people might look at it as, that's great for me. I have the income stream, but then I can also know that there's a little bit of a safety blanket, a little bit of a cushion for that person as well.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and these are good for ants or grasshoppers. Your ants are going to be worried about, they're going to be too frugal. They're going to try and they're not going to want to spend the money that they have because they're worried that they might run out. So then it's like, what is the purpose of the money if you're not going to use it? And then the grasshoppers, they're going to spend the money sooner than they, maybe too soon. And so it helps the grasshoppers spend less, whereas it helps the ants spend more. So I think it's a good strategy for both of them.
I
I'm
gotta
pretty
say,
glad I woke up this morning because you learn something new every day, or you should. I've never heard the grasshopper
I was gonna say
analogy. So
that was a
Skylar, I thank you very
It's
much.
Aesop's fables. It's these are classics. The ants and the grasshopper. You know about them.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, guys, thanks for the knowledge. It's always good to see you.
You as well. Thank you
Until next
guys.
time.
Until
See
next
ya.
time, have a great week.